Hi, welcome to another episode of The Chic Life. We are making curry shrimp. Not just any curry shrimp, best curry shrimp you ever taste. It'll have a little bit of kick to it because, as usual, we're adding the real Scotch bonnet pepper. We're not putting too much in this evening because we want to make it palatable for the children, and they're always telling me that I'm making it too hot, too spicy, so we're going to tame it down a bit tonight, but either way it'll still have some kick. So we have shrimp, cleaned, deveined, thawed out here, ready to go. That's about maybe 2 pounds of shrimp, the colossal shrimp. And before we get started, I just want to dedicate this episode to my friend and her niece, Audrey, who basically inspired this particular curry shrimp. We've been trading notes, and voila, this is the result of what we talked about. So as far as seasoning, you're going to need some curry. I put Old Bay in just about everything. I'm going to add a little bit of cumin, just a little bit of cayenne pepper, not too much, and we have our usual olive oil to get things started. Our ingredients outside of the star of the show, which is a shrimp, some finely chopped cilantro. We're going to be working with garlic. This is a key component. And this curry shrimp is going to be a little bit different. It's going to include green peppers and okra. We also have lots of onion, lots of scallion, and as I mentioned, Scotch bonnet pepper. I am actually missing one ingredient, which is the allspice, so let me go get that from the pantry. Alright, so before we get started with the cooking, I just want to demonstrate how I cut up some of these vegetables. It probably won't make the meal taste any different, but it certainly will make it pretty. This is the okra, and I cut everything on a slant. So just to give you an idea of the thickness of the okra, this is basically how I've prepared it for the meal. As far as the onion, I peeled it, cut it in half, and you know, some people like to cut the onion fairly thin for curry shrimp. I am very particular. I like these nice big chunks so that when the shrimp, the curry cooks, you know, your vegetables are cooked, but they still have a little bit of crunch to them. The scallion, again, it's not going to make it taste any different, but will certainly make for a beautiful looking meal. I cut these at an extreme angle, and it's just for the effect to make the meal pretty. So there you have it. I did go ahead and grate the garlic because I wanted to bring out a lot of the flavor from the garlic, and tonight I'm using fresh garlic. I also have a measuring cup here with just some water. It's not measured, it's just here to put in the pot if and when I need it. Alright, so we'll get started with the spicy curry shrimp. Alright, so we seasoned the shrimp just slightly. I put a little bit of the cilantro, some of the garlic, a little bit of the pepper, some onion, some scallion. Oh, I didn't show you how I cut up the green peppers. I've left them fairly large chunks so that when you bite into them they still have somewhat of a crunch. We're cooking in a Dutch pot tonight, and I have the fire on high, and I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to get some of the onion and the garlic going. I may add some more garlic, not sure yet. Garlic and onion, and then we're going to add the curry powder. send the curry to the pot, to the heat, in order to release the flavors of the curry before we add the shrimp. Because remember that this shrimp, well, any shrimp rather, cooks fairly quickly. So once we add the shrimp, in no time everything will be cooked and ready to go. So we're kind of sauteing or toasting the curry before we get started. And the flavor is very delightful. It's a nice flavor. If we weren't filming, I'd turn on the fan so the house don't smell like curry, but so you go. Alright, I'm going to add some water. Down. And then it's real simple from here, guys. I'm just going to go ahead and add all the ingredients, starting with the shrimp. These shrimp had the tails on and I took them off, so if you see any tails, it's just because I happened to miss them. It took forever to get the tails off. Cilantro. I'm going to add a little bit more pepper. I promised to go light, but I can't help it. Some more onion and scallion. And green peppers and okra. Can't even see the shrimp, so okay, I'm going to add a little bit more Old Bay for the vegetables, some black pepper, fresh ground black pepper, just a little bit of the cayenne pepper, not too much, some cumin, again just a splash, not too much, and I am going to include some pimento or allspice and add a little bit more curry. Alright, I think that's it, right? That should do it. I may have overdone it with the vegetables, but I love the vegetables, so just bear with me while I try to stir this pot. Everybody keeps saying to me, you need a bigger pot, but I love this pot. Alright, so this has been cooking on medium-high for about 15 minutes and it's almost ready. If you don't like the gooiness from the okra, don't add okra to this dish, but I love it. We're pairing this tonight with some jasmine rice and a cucumber salad, so we'll show you what that looks like, but this is just about ready and it smells absolutely delightful. Alright, so we have some jasmine rice. We packed into a bowl here, plating it. I always put the rice on first, one, because you need to lift up the plate to get it nice and pretty, but also then you get the gravy from the curry shrimp all over it. So we're going to add some curry shrimp to the plate with green peppers and onions and okra. Say when, babe.
That's it, babe.
Alright.
Round one.
Alright, and I'll be back with the cucumber salad. Alright, so we hope you enjoyed tonight's spicy curry shrimp. It also would go very nicely with a nice glass of white wine, or if you're a red wine lover like me, I'm sure it won't alter the taste any. We hope you enjoy, and we'll see you next time on The Chic Life. Thank you for watching. Enough spice, love and ting.